This is an important skill. You need to develop it. Some of you hate doing it. It's not my favorite thing either, but I make it the beginning of my practice. I spend 5 rounds on it and I get good. You can see I work on these targets and I work on these targets and get better at it.
If you use an AR-15 for home defense, you need to practice with your trigger and your sights. The Mantis Blackbeard allows you to do that much more effectively. It's a drop-in bolt carrier group and magazine that works with your trigger and your sights in your rifle to give you real-time feedback and reset your trigger up to 10 times a second. I use it all the time to be more proficient as a carbine shooter, and I recommend it highly.
Hey everyone. Brian Hill with the Complete Combatant. This is Active Self-Protection Extra, and you're here for your Mantis Dry Fire Monday. Listen, I live in Dahlonega, Georgia, which is about 100 miles north of Atlanta, so we're in no way cold as the rest of some of you are in the country. In fact, I'm standing out here in a hoodie. It's in the 30s, but it affects my hands. Okay, I was born in Miami, so I'm truly a child of the South, and I like warm weather. But I wondered how much gloves affect my ability to shoot accurately. For me, in shooting accurately, there's a big process is feeling my hands, the tactile acuity of feeling the trigger and feeling my support hand on my primary hand that allows me to shoot better. So it was interesting. I thought we would shoot a video with gloves on and do an accuracy only part. Now, what I do whenever I come out to the range is I confirm my 0 at 10 yards for my red dot, okay? And then I go all the way back to 25 yards and confirm for windage, not elevation. Up and down I'm not as concerned about, but right and left, this really helps me work it out. I call my shots as I go, and I practice that skill, and that puts me forward in the process as I'm doing this. Now with gloves on, my hands are slightly bigger, so it does change my grip just a little bit, and I really have that lack of precision feeling where I can feel each groove and where my hand needs to go. So I've really got to focus on gripping with the support hand, and when I prep the trigger, I've really got to work on feeling both sides of the trigger and managing it, not getting ahead of it. All right, so let's see how this works out. I'm gonna do a couple dry fires so I can kind of tell you how I would prep the trigger and walk through it, and then I'm gonna shoot 5. I found it's very distracting to talk while I shoot. I cannot count or talk while I shoot at the same time sometimes. So I'm not gonna do that, but I'll walk you through the dry practice of it so you can practice at home in case you can't get out to the range. Now guys, I'm pointing at a 300-foot berm over here, so everything's good. Gun's empty, dry, locked open, and we're gonna work through the practice of it, okay? So, got everything in the frame. Let's be about right here. Now, first thing is I wanna make sure my dot's not too bright, okay? I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. I want a pale pinkish dot so that I'm not pulled into it, and then I'm not dot focused, but I'm still target focused, okay? And what I'm going to do is really build this grip. I'm going to rotate, circle in, make sure the thumbs lock, get a good press with the pinky. Now, settle myself down, create postural stability through my grip, prep the trigger, prep, prep, prep. That would have been a very good shot, slightly to the right, okay? So I would have called that about 4 o'clock or so. Let's do the same thing again. Gonna prep the trigger, prep, 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 prep. Okay, pretty good shot. I would call that a 10 ring hit. All right, let's do one more and then we'll get live. Prep, 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 prep. All right, so pretty good shooting there. All those felt like they were good shots, but of course it is dry practice. So let's see what happens when we shoot live practice. Okay, guns loaded, going hot now. Same process in my mind. Build a good grip right here. Don't build the grip out here, build it right here, okay? Settle myself down, take a deep breath, visualize what I want. Okay, that one's gonna be in the 10 ring, 11 o'clock though, okay? Little early on the prep. Okay, that's gonna be in the 10 ring, but at 9 o'clock slightly, maybe 8 o'clock, let's say 8 o'clock. That's an X-ring hit. That was a very good shot, fully present for that one. Okay, another X-ring shot, good hit. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the 10 ring, maybe slightly to the 9 o'clock position. All right, so I've done a good job. I'm calling the shots every time, which is, I think, the quintessential skill for the armed citizen in shooting itself. If you were shooting my hoodie, you would have no indication of where the holes are or how those bullets entered. So the only thing you can do is call it from the shot. What I'm doing is wherever the dot lifts from, the second it starts to lift, that's where the shot goes. And I'm getting my mind to stay fully in the process of shooting. So I'm mindfully present about what the outcome is going to be, and it allows me to interpret the data before I shoot instead of after I shoot. So just as I'm beginning to shoot, I'm constantly cleaning up the sight movie, like Gabe White says, and then letting it lift right off there. Let's walk down there and see. All right, we got everybody in this. Now you can see this is an old target. I marked that off. All right, this is the target that I just shot. We got 5 hits, 2 X-rings as I called them, 2 over the 9 o'clock, 1 high. So my calls are really good on this. All right, everything's into 10 ring. It's good shooting. Okay. The reason that I'm capable of doing this is not because of the gun. HK makes a fantastic gun. The VP9 is incredibly accurate. All right, this is a factory stock trigger that I'm using. Nothing special about it. This is not the world's greatest ammo, too. Something I pulled out of the box. But if I stay fully present in what I'm doing each time, and I truly manage the one thing that matters, which is me, I can get this kind of shooting out of myself on demand. All right, but it's that staying in the process and calling the shots. So did the gloves affect my accuracy? Not at all. All right, not at all. In fact, maybe it's a good training methodology for us to make sure that we had a good grip. Maybe I was a little more focused on my grip, and therefore I shot a little bit better. All right, I hope that helps you out, guys. This is an important skill. You need to develop it. Some of you hate doing it. It's not my favorite thing either, but I make it the beginning of my practice. I spend 5 rounds on it and I get good. You can see I work on these targets and I work on these targets and get better at it. Okay? All right, I'm Brian Hill with the Complete Combatant. Get on your Manus, use it, do the consecutive shots, and then watch what happens on each shot. It's really good in live fire for this because it's going to show you how you're aiming. Then also look at how you're managing your recoil when you shoot each time. And work on this accuracy and precision. This is an accurate and precise shot. My standard deviation here is pretty good, probably a 2-inch deviation at 25 yards. So well done, no problem there. I think it's great. And I hope that helps you out, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. Show me your target, get out there and practice. Show me how you do with it. All right, and as always, for everyone, measure, refine, and perform.